Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday the 10th of June and I'm currently sat outside a hospital waiting to go in for an appointment I have waited for 2 years and 4 months. It is a weight management appointment. Now, what am I expecting out of this? Do you know, I don't even know myself anymore. I have tried and tried and tried to get help from the doctors to help me lose weight. I know it's only myself that can do it at the end of the day, but you know, everyone needs a helping hand. I am now 51 next month actually. And if I was going to be successful in any diet that I've done, then I wouldn't be in this situation now. In the past, I have lost weight with Slimming World. Slimming World is now my enemy. I will never do Slimming World again. I'm not dissing the plan as in it works. I lost 6.5 stone. It works. My brain just doesn't work it anymore. So I've been to Grow with Kieran, which is a fantastic plan, which incorporates 0 pointed foods and counting personal calories. So you get X amount of calories and then numerous foods you don't count. Great plan. Lost a few stone. Then breast cancer hit me and I'm still suffering the effects from that because my boob is so burnt. It's awful and it's making me miserable. So, but that'll be another topic, you know. So I've done Weight Watchers. I've currently got Weight Watchers for like till February on my phone. I do NutriCheck, which is the one I'm doing at the moment. Fantastic app if you're counting calories. Love NutriCheck. I really do rate it. It'll tell you how many calories you need. It'll work it all out and it'll tell you your protein and all that if that's something you do. That's not something I've ever bothered doing, the macros. Calories in, calories out. That's all I do. Anyway, I have recently started taking Mounjaro and I've lost on average £3 a week. I lost £2 last week and then the last 3 I've lost like £3 I think. So will the NHS give me Mounjaro? Who knows? Will the NHS put me back on the waiting list for bariatric surgery? Who knows? Because I was on that list and I was right near the top, ready to be done. And this is going back about, it must be 10, 11 years ago. Can't remember exactly. I just remember my babies were babies. And I was scared of the operation. So I wanted to chicken out because I was thinking, oh God, I'm not going to survive. I had a husband who I've still got, who was like, oh, don't do it. Just carry on with Slimming World. Good old Slimming World, hey? Carry on with Slimming World. You know you can do it. Blah, blah, blah. So they said to me when I went to have it done, you can pull out at any time, even up until you're gowned up to go down. You can say you don't want it done. So I was like, okay. So I went back and forth Morriston Hospital for various appointments. And then I got through and they said, right, you've got to go and see like a counsellor now, just to make sure you're mentally prepared for it. Because we all know, even if you have bariatric surgery, you've still got to work at it. You can't just think, oh, I've had weight loss surgery now, I'm going to be thin. You've still got to watch what you eat and stuff like that. So whether am I going to be put back on the list for that? How long's the waiting list? Am I going to get thin enough to fit in my coffin? Do you know what I mean? All jokes aside. But I've technically got 25, 30 years left in me if I can lose weight. Even more if I live into my mother's 83 this year. And she had breast cancer and stuff. So I've potentially got 30 years in me. So I think I'm worth the effort to do something about it finally. Because like I say, if I could do it on my own, I wouldn't have this weight problem now. And I'm like the girl with the curl. I'm either really, really good or I'm really, really bad. There's no in between. Absolutely no in between. Never thought I was a stress eater, but having to deal with my mum who's got dementia, that stresses me out. And then I just think, oh, sod it, and I'll eat crap. And then my knees are bad. I need to lower my weight to get my knees done. They've told me that steroid injections, physiotherapy, anything like that is just an utter waste of time, and it's just new knees. And my left leg is completely bent out from the knee. And I always thought it was because they hadn't moulded it back when I broke it, because I fell down my drive in an effort to join the gym. I'd been and gone. They showed me how to use everything. I came home, it was icy, I slipped, and I was nearly 27 stone on a 4'11" frame, and I fell down and snapped my leg off. I sat on my leg and it snapped off under the knee, clean off. I rolled to the front door. This is before I had kids. Warren was opened the front door and looked down like, what are you doing down there? I'm going to hurt my leg. Anyway, he didn't believe me. He said, oh, you really sprained your ankle, go to bed. Dragged myself up to bed. Come midnight, my leg was so swollen. I was like, I can't cope anymore. So one of the neighbours took me to hospital and I had to stay in over a week because it was so swollen and that they couldn't plaster it. And I always thought they hadn't fixed it straight and it had grown back crooked. But no, he said it's the arthritis in my knee that is bending my leg out. Well, that's bending my leg out and my height is coming down. My BMI to my height is completely and utterly out of flipping. I'm like, my BMI is something like 64. I'm 4'11" and currently 21 stone 8, I think. But to get my knees done, I've got to get my BMI to 40. So it's just like, and then when I was at the cancer hospital waiting to go in to have radiotherapy, I had a phone call to say that I'd come to the top of the list. Do I still want my knees done? And I was like, yes. However, I haven't lost the weight and I'm going through cancer treatment. She said, oh dear, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I said, don't take me off the list, because I've been on this list probably 3 years. But she said, oh, we have to take you off, but ring back in October and you can get put back on. But basically, I've got to get my BMI to 40. So my appointment's in 10 minutes. So I'm going to go in now and sit in the waiting room. I just don't have a good vibe about this appointment. Whenever I have to see anyone about my weight, it never ends well. My doctors, I'm on about thinking of changing my doctors. They're absolutely shite. Not just for me, for everything. They've been crap. We tried to get in one particular doctor when we first moved to Wales and they were full. It's the one my mother's in, and we ended up at this other one. I find them unsupportive, rude. I've put a complaint in, which I've had a reply of that is absolute blinking joke. The person I complained about is actually the person that replied to me, and I'm like, why is she replying to me? Anyway, right, I'm gonna go in. I will come back and let you know the outcome. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be okay? I'm going to either not meet the criteria, but you tell me how a 21 stone 4'11" middle-aged woman that's got lymphedema, had cancer, got heart disease probably, because that's inevitable, and all that doesn't meet the criteria. Could end up being the easiest appointment I get. Could end up walking out of there with a prescription, but I got a feeling that's not going to be. They're going to make me jump through friggin' hoops just to get something. Right. Wish me luck, and I'll see you in the next clip. And I'll try and get this video up the same day so you can see it, because I haven't vlogged the last couple of days because I've just been fed up. Right. I shall see you in the next clip, guys. My appointment apparently is for an hour. We're going to be lectured now. All you want to hear, innit? Right, bye. So, fast forward an hour and I'm out. Was it a waste of time? No. Have I been given Mounjaro on the NHS? No. Have I been told, yes, you will get bariatric surgery? No. Have I had a successful appointment? It's been okay. She was lovely, the dietitian. Basically, I've got to go on a course. It's a 20-week course every other week. And it's with people in the same situation as yourself. I think she said it's called Head Start or Head something. And I've got to go on this course. It's all about healthy eating and stuff like that. There is 4 phases. Phase 4, you won't get approved for the injection. Phase 3, you could do, but you're a year off or so, or more. Phase 2, you're still not guaranteed it. Phase 1, you are a big priority and you will get it. I am phase 1. So, I will get it. However, you have to jump through hoops to get it first. And it's not Mounjaro. It's Wegovy. She said it is known to be not as effective as Mounjaro, because she said Wegovy works on 1 receptor where Mounjaro works on 2. So I said to her, if I carry on taking Mounjaro and I get up to 7.5 or 10.5 or whatever, will they then start me on Wegovy at a higher dose? And she said, no, you'll start from the lowest dose, because it's a new medication. So she thinks that bariatric surgery is what I need, what I should go for. I said, she said to me that 10 years ago wasn't the right time for you, and now is. You need your knees done. You've got lymphedema, you've got this, you've got that, you've got the other. So that's what's happening. I've got to go on this course first, then I've got to go and see a dietitian on a 1-to-1, then I've got to see a psychologist. All these things I don't want to do, but I've got to do them. Then I've got to go to Swansea to meet a bariatric surgeon. I've also got to get my BMI to 55 before they'll do surgery on me, which means, I've written up my arm, I need to get to 19 stone 10. Now she weighed me in there and I was 21 stone 9 pounds. Last week on my scales I was 21 stone 8, but I haven't been very good for the last few days. So will I order another Mounjaro? Possibly, because I need to try and get to 19 stone 10 as quick as possible. She said that it's not just a question of they give the injection and that. They got to make sure that you're eating properly, and it's really important that you have protein because you don't get muscle wastage, and all stuff like that. So yeah, that is the outcome. She said to me, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was the quality of my life at the moment? I said -0, and she was like, my life is quite crap. My mobility's shit. My life's pretty crap, as in doing things because of my knees. I need to get my knees done. I got to bring them back in October. I'm not going to get my knees done this year. Will I get them done next year? Who knows? But yeah, I finally got my appointment. Was it worth the wait? I suppose it was, yes. But these things take time. I've waited 2 years, 3 months for this appointment. I did ask her the time scale of my appointments and things, and she said they'll be writing to me, and then I've got to ring and make the appointment for these classes. I think she said a 25-week thing, and then it moves on to the next one. So I won't be getting any sort of weight loss surgery this year, I don't think. It'd be a miracle if I did. But that is how I've left it, that is what I want to do. She said the sleeve is not reversible, the bypass is reversible, but then I'm not going into it to have it reversed, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that is my update. So I better get my butt in gear and try and lose as much as I can until my next appointment. Right, thanks for watching, guys. I will keep you updated, and I will see you on my next vlog.